Recording in progress.
Lovely. So thank you for taking the time to be here, to be connecting, to be in this sacred space. I feel now more than ever, it's really important to bring that sacredness back into our lives. We've become quite disconnected in our busy modern lives, and traditionally our ancestors were in ceremony. They were celebrating and doing rituals on the full moon and also on the new moon, and we've really lost touch with that. So to me, this is cultivating the sacredness in the menstrual cycle, and women gathering and being in sacred space is feels like the pinnacle. It's my life's purpose, that's for sure. And we've got my beautiful sister-in-law Shay on the call. She's going to give us a little bit of an astrology download later on. So I won't mention too much about the planets, but the moon is in Pisces, which is a very spiritual sign. And then Virgo is my sun sign. The sun is in Virgo, and Virgo is very much in service. So it felt like this was the perfect moon time to start the Shakti temple and to open this space for all you beautiful women. So let's begin. So if I could just make sure you're all muted, that would be great. I'm just getting into a nice comfortable position, closing down your eyes. And a nice deep breath into your heart space. Exhaling down through the body, through the womb space, down into the center of the earth. Again, together breathing into the heart space. Exhaling down through the body, through the womb space, down into the center of the earth. One last time, breathing into the heart space. Exhaling down through the body, through the womb space, and down into the center of the earth. And the center of the earth is the earth's womb space. Taking time to feel that connection of our heart space, unconditional love, our womb space, our center of creation, and the earth's womb space, the void, the nothingness, but also the center of creation. Feeling these two centers in the earth center connected. And feeling that downward flow of energy as we breathe into the heart space and then exhale down through the body, through the womb space and down into the earth. This is the Apana Vayu, the downward flow of energy. And this downward flow of energy is super important for us women, for healthy menstruation, for elimination, for birth. And quite often this gets compromised with us modern women having too much energies in our head. I'm back. Can you hear me okay? My Wi-Fi just jumped off. It literally shut down. So I'm just hotspotting off my phone, which only has 1 bar, while the Wi-Fi reboots. I don't know how long I was shut off for. I was just totally in my zone, feeling all the Pisces energy. All right. Is it glitchy? Is it okay? Can you give me a nod if it's okay?
Yeah, yep, it's cool. Good. Yep.
Great. All right, let's do it then. So, all right, if everyone could just be muted. Just jump back on here. All right, bringing all our awareness back into the heart space. Let's just do one more grounding, deep breath into the heart space, exhaling down through the body, through the womb space, down into the center of the earth. And all the awareness in the heart space. Opening this sacred space. Invoking the devas and the helping spirits of our highest alignment, the High Council of Light, archangels, ascended masters, soul light family, and higher vibrational beings. Crystalline elements of earth, air, fire, water, and ether. The above and the below. Our star chakra and earth chakra, guiding us and supporting us, like the eagle above, showing us the way, a higher perspective, the above. And the below, beautiful Mother Gaia, Mother Earth, supporting and nourishing us. Reminding us that we are conduits between the heavens and the earth, connected to infinite wisdom and source power of creation and manifestation. We call upon our ancestors, wise women, healers, be with us. Remind us to trust our bodies, to trust our intuition, trust the birth process. Remind us to trust life, to surrender our fears and worries. We call upon the ancient birth and fertility goddesses that women have called on forever to guide us, nurture us, protect us, and support us. Bridget, Artemis, Ixchel, Freya, Yaminya, Changing Woman, Pukingak, Sri Lakshmi, Kuan Yin, Toret, Hatha, Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, Isis, Gaia, Nanjantiya, and Panchamama. We give thanks to you for answering our call. We give thanks for peace, love, joy, and harmony. We give thanks for healing, for insight, for happiness, for fun, and for safety. We give thanks for the opportunity to heal ourselves and to help heal the world, to heal our karma and our ancestral lines, and to live our life purpose. We give thanks for the opportunity to be here in this time, in this space, here in this virtual circle. And we give thanks and reverence to the land that we're sitting on, whichever land you may be sitting on, the northern or southern hemisphere, acknowledging the spirits and guardians of that land, and acknowledging the original custodians, and paying our respects to the elders past, present, and emerging. We pay respects and reverence to their divine and harmonious connection with nature and the earth. We give thanks for all children to feel loved, happy, and safe. Blessed be. And so usually I would, in the Temple of Shakti, we'll have some time of sharing and getting to know each other and connecting. But this, our opening gathering, I'm going to keep it very sharing, and I'm sharing, and then Shay's going to share, and I have my beautiful friend Laura popping on. She's going to share some beautiful chants that we'll do together. And I just wanted to also acknowledge that it is the equinox in a few days. It'll be the spring equinox here in the Southern Hemisphere and the autumn equinox in the Northern Hemisphere. So we're midway through spring or midway through autumn. And this is a time of equal day and equal nights and the balance of the light and the dark. So it's a time to invite balance into our lives. We've gone through, here in the Southern Hemisphere, we've gone through the depths and the darkness of winter. We've been gestating and planting our seeds. And now in spring, those seeds are starting to sprout, starting to bloom. And the Northern Hemisphere, it's the opposite way around. You've been through summer and spring, at summer, and now you're going into autumn, and it's starting, that's more going into that darkness, more death and decay and inward energy. So it's very opposites, but at least we're coming to that point of balance. We're both coming to that point of balance and harmony, balance of the masculine and the feminine energy, the inward and the outward, the light and the dark. And so it's just something to have awareness of, how we can create more balance in our lives. And so during spring in the Southern Hemisphere, everywhere in nature, we're seeing and feeling the energy. The blossoms are blossoming, the birds are more alive, the warmer days. And so here we have the opportunity to consciously align with the energy and use it to fuel whatever new beginnings we are creating in our lives. And of course, the opposite for the Northern Hemisphere, seeing that death and decay and the leaves falling off the trees and starting to go inward to it's a really powerful, both seasons are really powerful times to detox, to release whatever is no longer serving us, and physical detoxification in the body. And so some questions here are, what are you developing? This is for the spring. What is it that you want? What do you need? What do you need to get out? What kind of fertilizer do you need to get out to help yourself come to full bloom for summer? What can you do to help yourself grow stronger? And what do you need? What needs some weeding? What weeds? Physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. What can you pull out and get rid of? And that's very, very relevant for autumn as well. And what do you need to bring into your life to create balance? So, and the other thing that I'd like to bring awareness to with our journaling is also the full moon is a time to give thanks. So the new moon is a time to release what is no longer serving us. That's more the dark moon. We're releasing what's no longer serving us. The new moon's the day after the dark moon. And that is a time to plant the seeds, set our intentions. And then the full moon, usually that's where our manifestations, our creations are coming to bloom. They're starting to sprout at least. So what can we do to nourish and nurture them? And so even if whatever that isn't in full bloom, then we can still give great thanks for it coming to fruition. And so, yes, that's a very important journaling prompt for each full moon is, what do you give thanks for this full moon? And so with that, I might hand you over to Shay so she can give us some beautiful astrological insights and a little bit more on the Pisces energy and the Virgo energy and how we can bring awareness to that at this time, cultivate these energies as above, so below, it's really important to have an idea of what's happening astrologically so we can cultivate that energy and harness it and use it appropriately. Will give us some insight into why we're feeling certain ways. All right, Shay, I've just asked to unmute you.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can, yes.
Hello, everyone. There's so many beautiful names on here of people that I've done readings for already. So of what I can see so far. And I know that I feel like I know many of you when I haven't actually met any of you, but I feel like I know many of you on a deep level in many ways. I came in on the event page, so I didn't hear the beginning of it. And when I switched over to Zoom, it actually worked. So I'm not sure what you said in the beginning, but I caught that bit anyway. Okay, so I never really give much thought to what I'm going to speak about with astrology. I always just set an intention and just to draw in guides, and whatever I say just sort of blurts out. So full moons in general, at always times there can be exhaustion, a fair bit of exhaustion going on. We do a lot of processing in the nighttime, so often people don't sleep so well in the nighttime because they're in and out of this processing, like subconscious processing, and then through the day there might be that feeling of just needing to honor that exhaustion, and especially around these times because there's so much going on obviously in the world. So I just thought, without going, first of all, we can look at the gene keys that are transiting right now as well as the astrological alignments. So the nodal axis that we're still in currently, we're still in this nodal axis that goes from Sagittarius to Gemini. And then those of you who've had a reading before know that when we look at the evolutionary point and intention, that we're looking at the evolutionary axis, which is the soul coming from. I'll be back, so I'm just going to get some more time. I get those interruptions quite a lot now. So we look at the evolutionary axis. So the south node is where the evolutionary journey is like coming from, sort of like where it's been, and the seed that's coming up. And then the north node, when we're looking at a natal chart, the north node's where that culmination or that potential for that soul to develop towards is. The south node can even be seen the intent to incarnate in the first place. But when we're looking at transits, we're just looking at where currently Earth is in that point. So where the axis is still from the Sagittarius. So Sagittarius south node is still about uncovering deeper and deeper truths. And we know that this point in time, people's truths are completely changing. And so what people thought to be a basis of their understanding of reality or truth is constantly being re-evaluated every day. And then the north node in Gemini is how we communicate or express or even personally digest our bigger realities of those truths. And of course, we're in times where reality is changing. We're completely moving into an entire new world. There's no even other simpler way to say it. We actually, there's always cycles within cycles within cycles in astrology, and we're at the end of all of them. So we're at the end of a great age, and we're at the end of the patriarchal times, and we're at the end of epochs, but we're at the end of 4 epochs back to back on each other. So 104,000 year cycle is ending, and the new one's beginning. So at the end of great ages, there's always a time of turbulence where there's so much unknown and uncertainty on Earth. But this time it's even beyond that. It's like we are currently processing and creating the timeline of the new earth. I mean, I could go on forever to talk about that, because there's so much. Like in the Mayan prophecies and in all prophecies, people were rejoicing about the age of Aquarius to come, because they knew that that would be the age of enlightenment and the age of awakening. But there's so much else to that. There's so much more that comes with that in astrology. So, but when we come back to Pisces, Pisces and Virgo, so we're on Virgo sun, which means Pisces moon, that will culminate tomorrow in Eastern Standard Time. And so Pisces is it really is the most, all the signs are spiritual, but this really is it's so etheric and so esoteric. It's being able to sort of take ourselves away from this earthly dimension altogether and see the bigger pictures of reality. And it gets the Pisces shadow, though, because we're zooming so far away from Earth in the Pisces energy field, where it's with that, the shadow of Pisces is that there can be confusions and being caught up in what's real and what's not real. And that's always been the case for Pisces. So it's, so right now, as we're processing so much, there's a lot of exhaustion as well on our planet, because people are really confused as to what's real and what's not real. And then Virgo zooms in and just tries to take care of our own interior landscape, our own choices every day. So where we don't, when it's so big and we're not sure where we are in this whole big picture, and everything's so uncertain, and Pisces has no stable ground. It's not even like some of the other energy signs can be located in the body, like through the chakra system, and Pisces doesn't even have a connection in the physical body. It's outside of that. And so when there's no stable ground or anchoring in this Pisces energy, then everything about this Pisces energy then comes down to being able to completely trust your soul and your place in the divine picture of the universe. And it's actually completely about letting go and knowing there is no actual thing that you can hold on to on Earth and try to hold on like a raft or anything like that. It's actually about being able to completely absorb yourself in the ocean and trust the bigger processes of the universe. But it really comes down to trusting yourself as a soul and a spirit, and that your place in the universe is divinely as perfectly as it's supposed to be, and knowing that we absolutely incarnated and chose to incarnate at this time to be part of this great awakening. And the Virgo then brings it into what can I actually do in my little place, in my service, in this moment right now. And Virgo archetype is always about bringing the spiritual energy into sort of like a focus or a one point. So it's like about being able to have those routines that honor yourself, being able to choose one thing each day that's honoring yourself and honoring your service to the world, and not getting so caught up. But then the Pisces is about actually letting go completely and just trusting the universe and sort of letting all that go and surrendering to everything. And then when you combine the axis of the Sagittarius and the Gemini, it's about being okay with finding new truths every day, and not having to hold on to your old truth too tightly, because it's bound to keep being a new truth. And then if we go over to the gene keys, interesting too, the gene key that's the gene key that's still, it's on the last degree today of this gene key, so we'll have a new one tomorrow, but this one's been the focus for the last 6 days, and it's the 6th gene key is the sun, where the sun is in. The shadow of the 6th gene key is conflict. So this is a worldly thing that's going on. So the shadow of conflict, I'm addicted to conflict and defending myself or my own belief. And then the gift is diplomacy. I am tactfully dropping my defenses. And the city of this gene key is peace. My body dissolves and I become empty. The earth sign, that's always, so wherever the sun is, the earth is opposite, which means because we're on a full moon arrangement, the earth at the moment is with the moon. So we're in the 36 gene key there of the earth, and the 36 gene key, which is where the challenge point is the shadow of turbulence. And the gift is humanity. My heart is open for everyone. And the city is compassion. My suffering encompasses all of humanity. So having enough compassion, and this is where we're going, where like as we birth a new earth and we are letting go of, and the souls that chose to incarnate right now here on earth, of course you can do it. And part of what you came here to do was to be able to put yourself forward, to be part of the process of cleansing and purifying all of the collective shadows and karmic past that's occurred on our Earth Mother of Gaia, because she's ascending. It's her in the universe. All the planets go through a portal of ascension, and it's Earth that's ascending now, and she's ascending regardless. The people that choose to have made contracts to go through this birth process with her, they know that they're going to come out of that epoch of ignorance where we had a great fall even after Atlantis, and we forgot our high states of consciousness, and now there's a huge opportunity to awaken to everything that we forgot. And even though it's really a scary time because we are in the death process before we have the rebirth, we're in the death process of humanity, but we're clearing all of the shadow things that happened on Earth in the last epoch, which was a lot. But when we do that, the rewards for that are coming back into the unity of understanding that we are one as a human family. And whereas we're at one with the universe, and also, even though the challenges are real now, and the corruption is absolutely real, the other thing that we're going to be gifted with is so many gifts now that are closer to the spirit realm. So we will have so much more opportunity for, telepathy and psychic gifts, and the magic that we lost in the last epoch. It's absolutely returning back to us, and we're going to get real experiences of things that we only just dream of, that that people are already experiencing a lot of, but full complete psychic knowing. Our intuition is returning so strong now that that we're just going to be having, alongside of the harder days, we're going to be having these experiences where we're just completely keep being blown away and going, whoa. And we can trust that, because that is our higher self and our soul, our higher soul, helping our incarnating soul to go through this process and go, you're so protected. This is what you came here to do. And Jupiter, which, because we're talking about coming, like the South Node being in Sagittarius, Jupiter is expansion of consciousness, and so Sagittarius, and Jupiter, where Jupiter's in, is the 49th gene key, and that's the shadow of reaction. It says, this one's always funny, this one-liner, it says, in order to survive, it's okay to kill another. It's the gift of, which is not, but anyway, and the gift is revolution. I am free of old emotional prejudices. And the city is rebirth. I experienced the rebirth of the phoenix. So, and the south node, I'll just add that one because it's very cool as well. The south node that we're in is the 34th gene key, the shadow of force. And that's where we are at the moment. We're like, you know, the corruption is forcing itself now because it has to. It's dying. It's lost its time now on Earth. When Earth ascends to where Earth's going, all the corruption and the evil shadows that have tried to filtrate and control Earth, they can't exist on this on this high frequency of where Earth's going. They can't no longer be here, and they know that. And so as this is their last big bang, they're going out with a big bang. All of the shadows are brought to the surface, but the shadows force. I have to force the flow of life. It's really forcing itself on us now, so we can trust that the force is real, and if we can just stay aligned to higher truths, it's going to disintegrate. We've got the gift of strength. I am the true hero of my own life story, and the city is majesty. I express the divine essence of all of creation. So, and we do that all through presence. The north node's in the 20th gene key, which is the city of presence. So you just stay present every day to what's happening, and it's mostly about staying present to your own heart, because that's where your soul connects, and yeah, your soul knows what you're doing, and it will remember why you came here.
Thank you, Shay. That was beautiful. So much more than what I expected, and so relevant. It's not just what's here right now in the full moon and the sun in Virgo. We got a taste of what's happening collectively with the gene keys and astrology. You integrate it so well. Thank you. And I've got my beautiful friend Laura that's just jumped on. I'll introduce her shortly. I was going to do this when we opened, but now might be a nice time to do that as we transition into some chanting. Shay actually shared this with me, but it's Richard Rudd's Angel Elemental Invocation is what I call it. And I've been doing this every day, and it just feels very cleansing and grounding. And I like to do it with these hand movements where I'm activating my aura and cleansing it and bringing my hands back down. So if you've got the space to be able to do that, then do that. If you don't, if you're next to a sleeping child, just imagine that happening. And so, actually, let's see, by the way, inhale up and then exhale down. And so I'll do this and I'll speak these words, and you're welcome to repeat them in your mind or repeat them verbally. So just sitting up with a nice straight spine, it's going to cleanse our aura and activate it, also known as the toroid, which is our energetic fields. And then it's invoking the angels and the elements. Okay, so inhale up. Angel of earth, please purify my physical body. Exhale down. Inhale up. Angel of water, please purify my astral body. Exhale down. Angel of air, please purify my mental body. Exhale down. Angel of fire, please sanctify my spirit. Exhale down. Angel of ether, please gather the quintessence. Exhale, hands to the heart space. And connecting with your heart, just imagining the sound of Om vibrating from your heart space through your physical body, your energetic body, the room you're in, the earth, country, the whole earth. Just imagining that vibrational sound of Om vibrating from your heart all through the earth, all around the world. And sometimes I continue to do this movement another 6 times to make 11 for whatever reason. I just thought I'd put that in there. And I always finish with the vibrational sound of Om from my heart space radiating out collectively. And it's such a beautiful, simple practice. It can take a couple of minutes. It feels really important to do it out in the sun if you can. The sun feels really important at the moment. We've got the moon. I've always been really connected to the moon and the moon's energy and that connection with the feminine and the menstrual cycle. But during this time, I'm feeling a real connection to the sun, the masculine energy and the power and the light that is radiated from the sun. It's, of course, to have the polarities of the mix of the both, but I just wanted to add that in there. And so my beautiful friend Laura, all the way on the other side of the country that I haven't seen for almost a year now, we were running these circles together actually a year ago, just over a year ago during coronavirus. We were doing singing circles online together. And I thought, what such a beautiful synergy to bring Shay in with her beautiful astrology wisdom, and then bring in Laura with her beautiful Virgo earthliness and beautiful voice. So I can't, if you can speak, Laura, that'll bring your screen up. I'll pin you. Oh, I don't think I can hear you.
Hello, do you hear me?
Yes, got you.
I'm having problems with the video. I don't know why it's not working. So I'm putting my phone, so you might see me from one part in the phone. You see the camera from the phone and the voice is just neither. I don't know. It was so working perfectly, but I don't know what happened now. And, you know, it's not working, the video.
Cool. So yeah, that's fine. It sounds fine. It's a little bit echoey, but not much. It's totally fine. It'll probably be a nice sound effect actually.
Let me check out.
If I mute this one, I'll mute your phone. So the sound's
that's
coming
better.
from,
or no?
If I mute your phone,
yeah,
perhaps.
My phone. Yeah, mute my phone, please. I understand now. Okay.
If I can, it's fine.
Okay. I found it.
So Laura's in Margaret River in Western Australia, and she's originally from Argentina. And yeah, we met in Margaret River. We've had so many beautiful ceremonies together. I miss those times, and I hope we get to do that in person again in the near future.
Yes, me too. Looking forward for that.
Yeah.
And thanks for inviting me tonight.
Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. Yeah. Thanks for taking some time away from your newborn baby and beautiful Inti.
Yeah.
Inti and Amaya are the same age. They're beautiful friends.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to share screen so we can see the lyrics. The first one, did you want to do I Release Control first?
Yeah, let's do our release control.
We wanted to do this one. It's very relevant for us Virgos, but a great mantra for everyone and anyone. I also use this in my mother blessing ceremonies, getting ready for birth. But yeah, it's good for the earthly signs. Us earthly signs like to have a little bit of control, and I guess the biggest lesson in life is to release that control. And I'm just trying to find the lyrics. They have disappeared off my desktop. Had lots of interesting technology.
So meanwhile, while you are searching the lyrics, I'm gonna say something.
Sure.
I'm gonna use a little bit of a looper for this song. So I might try to do 2 or 3 voices so everyone in home can experiment too. You can follow one of the voices that I am singing or add in your own. So try to get your time to release control and to just experiment with your voice while I'm singing with you. That could be a really nice experience.
Beautiful.
To see how we go. Yeah. So it's if you don't find the lyrics, it's really, really simple. It says, I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heal me. Did I say right?
Yes.
My pronunciation.
Perfect. Well, let's get started. And I'll keep finding these. I made a really nice little slide with the lyrics, so I'd like to find it for the second one. So I'll keep having a look, and I'll pass it over to you. Thank you, Laura.
Okay, thank you. So everyone, let's close our eyes. Let's breathe in. Just take a moment just to focus in your breathing and to embrace the song that we are going to sing, Release Control. I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heal me. I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heal me. I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heal me. I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heal me. I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heal me. I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heal me. I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heal me. I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heal me. I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heals me. I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heals me. I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heals me. I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heals me. I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heals me. I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heals me. I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heals me. I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heals me. Thank you. Now we will sing one more song. It's a beautiful song, and it's a call to come back home. And when you say a call to come back home, it means a call to come back to yourself, to your heart space, to your womb space, to your femininity, to your whole being. And also it's a song for compassion. So I think in this special moment in life is very, very important to keep calling for compassion for ourselves and for others. So I'm gonna start singing, and you can join me from home, or you can just close your eyes and receive the singing wherever you feel like. Let's see. Can you hear the guitar? Thank you.
We'll close in this beautiful energy that's been created. What a beautiful synergy of feminine wisdom coming together in this sacred space. The Temple of Shakti is now open.
Aho.
Thank you, thank you. Aho. A nice deep breath into the heart space, the way that we created, the way that we started. This beautiful heart space energy, these beautiful mantras that have been shared with Laura. Breathing into the heart space, love and gratitude. And exhaling that love and gratitude down to the womb space. Breathing in love and gratitude in the heart space and exhaling it down to the womb space. Connecting these two powerful centers. Unconditional love, the center of creation. And these centers where our feminine power lies. Again, breathing into the heart space. Exhaling down through the body, through the womb space, and down into the center of the earth. Expanding your awareness now from the center of the earth and through your physical body and up into the heavens above. Big full moon illuminating above us. Bringing our awareness back into our physical body, our energetic body, reminding ourselves that we are conduits between the heavens and the earth. We have infinite wisdom and connection above and below, stability and support. I'd just like to pick a card for all of us from my deck, my favorite card of cards, the Journey to Love. And just to finish off our circle for any other messages that need to come through for us all during this time. And if anyone has any questions or comments they want to share in the chat, I'll share those before we sign off. Got the pearl thread. Number 38. Although we labor through the illusion of individuality and have to face our inner challenges in solitude, our spiritual transformation is not an independent event, nor is it of our victory alone. As we approach the enlightened way of all-embracing love, Each human being is a pearl on the Divine Mother's garland, gradually assuming lustre and revealing beauty, worth and radiance over many lifetimes. Together, we are creating a precious offering in return for her gift of life. We can learn to draw on the collective effort to allow our own journey to become integrated into the journey of the group without being weighed down, and instead to be lifted up. To do this, we honor the thread that connects each of us as divine beings, just like the various fingers that belong to the one hand. Then we can honor the pearl essence of our own divine nature, that we are capable of growth and transformation, becoming divine beauty. This oracle brings us a message. We are to shift our perspective to allow all groups that we are involved in to become a source of energetic lifting rather than depletion. If a group we are involved in cannot do this for us, then we may not be in vibrational resonance. It may be time to seek a group that is more energetically supportive of our vibration. Trust our feelings and don't be scared to open up and allow ourselves to connect with others. That way we can truly know if a group or gathering is for us or if we need to move on. But do trust that we are not alone on the journey, and the soul connections that will nourish will draw us to them, like strands of pearl on the Divine Mother's necklace, which is quite relevant for the full moon as well. The full moon is like a giant pearl illuminating in the sky, the night sky. How relevant, always relevant. Thank you, beautifuls, for joining us. Hello, beautiful Inti. Thank you for joining us. Namai would have loved to seen you. Hopefully we can do a little catch up soon. I'll just check the chat and see what we have here. Claire said, thank you, Laura. That was beautiful. My third eye is buzzing. Let's go back. Shay. Thank you, Shay, for sharing the history, says Anthea. Thank you, sister. Very powerful, Shay. Made perfect sense to me. I like the sound effects. Wow, I'm loving this. This is one of my favorite songs, said Hannah. That must have been the first one, perhaps. And yeah, Claire said, thank you, Laura. That was beautiful. Third eye was buzzing. And Kate, ground of blessings. Thank you all. It was a pleasure to gather. Beautiful offering, Laura. Wow, what moving ear bliss to the end. And Casey, thank you so much for joining us so early in the morning from USA. She said, good to see you and hear you and open the morning with you. All my love, Satnam. Thank you, everyone. So, so honored to be in this sacred space. To me, it just feels like the way life is meant to be. Of course, in person would be an extra bonus, but I just feel very called to bring as much sacredness, ritual into our lives. And the Shakti temple is now open. So yeah, we'll be gathering each full moon, and Shay will be sharing her astrological insights each month, and I'll be dropping resources and meditations into the portal on my website. So blessed to have technology to be able to facilitate this at this time. And then it gives the opportunity for all women from all over the globe to be able to join in. It's so much more powerful than physical. Physical's powerful, but we have the opportunity to feel a connection with like-minded women and feel honored and supported through our journey. Some women live in little country towns and it's hard for them to find like-minded women. So it opens that up for them as well. So thank you. I was teary when Laura was singing because it's just, yeah, just so honored to have such beautiful women in my life and to bring it all together in this ceremony tonight. So thank you. All my love and blessings. I'll speak to you all soon. If anyone has any questions or comments, you can hit me up on Instagram, and Laura, I'll catch up with you properly soon. Well, my love, I will see you all hopefully in the Shakti temple next month for our next ceremony. Thank you. Om Shanti, Satnam.